Hello, welcome everyone, and hello. Today we would like to show how you can efficiently manage intercompany orders in QAD. So the concept of one business unit ordering products from another business unit in response to customer demands is not new. The efficient and accurate QAD solution for it is yet to be found. We analyzed products and technologies we already have at 32Soft, applied them to existing QAD functionality, and came up with a tool that allows you to run a complete intercompany order cycle from a single Excel template. But first, let's look at the intercompany order process. In our generic scenario, we have two business units. Let's call them primary business unit and secondary business unit. At the primary business unit, we have warehouse at which we maintain certain stock level. This is where from we ship to all our customers. Some products we sell from primary business unit are not manufactured here. They are manufactured at the secondary business unit. To replenish inventory at PBU, we create a purchase order to SBU, which is our supplier in this case, and purchase order is then gets sent to SBU. In most cases, it is sent via email. When SBU receives orders from PBU, it creates sales order in its database, schedules production, and once products are manufactured, ships them to primary business unit. Depending on the distance between two business units, different transportation lead time is involved. SBU notifies PBU about shipment, but until products physically arrive at PBU warehouse, they do not usually update PBU inventory. Once shipment is received, PO receipt transaction is created, and inventory balances are updated. This is a very simplified picture of the process. Purchase orders do not exist by itself. There is always a trigger for them. In this process, it is customer who sends order to primary business unit, and this order triggers inventory demand. And for items that are not manufactured at PBU, results in purchase order to SBU. From here, the process goes as we just outlined it, and after PBU finally receives products to its warehouse from SBU, it ships to the customer. This scenario could be slightly different, and SBU might ship directly to the customer. But in most of the cases, we still need to create transaction trace in PBU to complete the shipment process and update customer account balances. If we will look at the outlines of the process, we will see three major issues. First is how we can ensure that PO in PBU database match sales order in SBU database. Does it even make sense while analyzing cost or efforts versus benefits to go this route? Maybe it will be easier to handle those intercompany transfers without involving purchase orders. Second is how we can efficiently track in-transit shipments. What system or process should be established to avoid expedited shipments and stock shortages or building up an excessive inventory at PBU. And third, how we can efficiently track all the components of this process. All this issue we try to address in our intercompany order management tool. We created a two-click function that converts PBU in purchase orders in PBU into sales order in SBU in a matter of seconds. Incorporated QD functionality that allows to track in-transit shipments, and developed functionality that allows to efficiently manage and monitor statuses of purchase orders in PBU and corresponding sales orders in SBU with a single report. Let's now look at the tool itself and see how the whole intercompany orders management process can be implemented with it. Many of you are familiar with 32 soft data loaders concept. This solution is no different, except for one thing. Unlike most other loaders, this tool communicates not with one, but with two different QED databases, which allows us to establish that bridge between primary and secondary business units. First thing you will need to do after opening data loader is to click on Setup button to select QED databases you will be connecting to. For Intercompany Orders Management tool, this will be always a pair of databases or domains. For today's webinar, we will work with the scenario where primary and secondary business units have separate QED databases and even run different QED versions. The main management or control panel of this tool is a dashboard tab. It provides you with detailed information about open orders and their statuses. To retrieve that information from QED, you need to enter selection criteria in the header. This includes supplier code and range of items, orders, and due dates, and then click on Get PO Report button. Supplier code is the code for your secondary business unit as it is defined in your primary business unit or database. There could be more than one business unit to which you place orders, and in this case, you will have different supplier codes for each of them. The tool will ask you to enter user ID, password, and domain code for each database or domain you will be connecting to. And if authentication is successful, you will see details of all your open orders to the selected supplier. This includes quantity open, quantity in transit and received, required shipment date, and also sales order number from secondary business unit. You can also retrieve details of sales orders by clicking on Get SBU Details button. If there is a discrepancy between quantities ordered or required shipment and sales order due dates, order line will be highlighted in red to bring this to your attention. This is how control portion of the Intercompany Order Management tool works. Now let's look if we can manage the whole order exchange process from this tool. If you need to place new intercompany order or make changes to the existing one, you can do so directly from this tool using PO Create or PO Update tabs. Alternatively, you can always do this or have another person do this directly from QED. Let's create a new order. I have some data already entered here to speed up the process, so just will update the quantity and click on Create Purchase Order. This creates purchase order in my primary business unit. Now, if we'll go back to the Dashboard tab and refresh PO Report, we will see our newly created purchase orders there. But looking at its status, we'll see that it's not exported. It means supplier is not aware about of order yet. To export this newly created PO and transform it into sales order in supplier's database, you'll need to set export flag to yes and click on Export PO to SBU button. New tab will open up with details of the order that will be created or updated in secondary business unit. Here you can make some changes to the order. For example, add remarks or line comments. Then after clicking on Create Update Sales Order, data will be validated against SBU database, and then sales orders will be created or updated. If you will return to the dashboard and refresh PO report order status, you will see that export status has changed to exported, and this is the sales order number from secondary business unit. This is how order process looks like if there is only internal purchase order involved in it. To extend this process to customer orders, you can use QED EMT functionality. EMT is a QED specific term, and it stands for Enterprise Material Transfer. Other non-QED ERP systems use different terminology to describe the same process, such as back-to-back or supply orders. What EMT does in QED, it automatically translates sales order into EMT purchase order, creating a direct link between the two. When you create regular sales order in QED, processing steps for it are allocation, picking, and shipment. With sales order of EMT type, it gets immediately translated into purchase order that will be sent to supplier. When EMT PO is received, the quantity is automatically allocated against corresponding sales order, and you can proceed with shipment and billing. Depending on EMT type, transshipment or direct shipment, shipment even can happen automatically, and the only step needed to complete order processing is billing. That includes invoice, print, and post. So similar to regular purchase order, you can create EMT sales order either from QED or directly from Intercompany order management tool. I have again pre-entered some data here, and we'll try to create EMT sales orders to demonstrate how it happens when done through the Intercompany orders management tool. And just to show you how quickly you can do this through Excel. Order has been created. Here's my order number. And if I will go now back to dashboard and will refresh my PO report, I will see that this EMT sales order also automatically created purchase order. And this is the link between the two orders. I can proceed with export. I can switch export flag to yes and attempt to export PO to secondary business unit. We just did this for purchase order, so I won't be wasting time for this. What I want to check now and to show you is how we can check order shipments from secondary business unit and monitor in-transit quantities. First, by obtaining SBU sales order details, we have sales order number here. So if you click on Get SBU SO details, we can see the quantity shipped. It comes directly from the secondary business unit. So we see what orders have been shipped. Also, at any point of time on the dashboard, you can click on Get in-transit quantity button. The tool will connect to the secondary business unit and will check for shipments for all orders in the report. You can import those shipments into PBU database and store them as in-transit quantities. Here I have a number of shipments for my open orders that have been already imported before. I just need to delete them because I won't be able to create duplicated in-transit transactions, and we'll attempt another upload. Once imported, you can refresh your purchase orders report and we'll see updated in-transit quantities. All columns don't fit on my screen, so I'll just have it frozen. So here is, you can see for all orders, you can see what's the quantity open, what's quantity ordered, and what is the in-transit quantity. When shipment reaches PPU warehouse and you're ready to update your inventory balances and record PO receipts, you just need to click on Record PO Receipts button, and here you will see all your in-transit orders. You can leave only orders that needed to be received. For example, let me pick some of them still in transit. So I'll receive only those that are physically at my warehouse and click on Receive All button. Now, if I will update my dashboard tab, fully received purchase orders that got closed, they will disappear from the report, and for orders that are still open in transit, quantity will be cleared and will be moved into quantity received column. And for EMT sales orders that has, in this example, direct shipment type, receipt will automatically trigger sales order shipment and also update sales or and ship sales orders. You will need only to print and post invoices to close orders and update customer account balances. So this was a very brief overview of intercompany orders management process in QED and tool we designed for it. Process itself and the tool can be further polished with additional steps and functionality. Our goal today was to show you the general concept and prove that no matter how complicated and cumbersome process can be in QED, there is always a way to improve, enhance, and simplify it and save cost and resources while doing it. Now let me pass control to Denise, and we will start interactive portion of our webinar where you can ask questions and I will try to answer them. Let me give control to you, Denise.
Okay.